Welcome to Jagma Talks. This class is for CA, CMA, CS and college students. I request all the students please share, subscribe and like. Today I am going to discuss about medical insurance and how much deduction is allowed under the Income Tax Act for the current year, that is for the current financial year 21-22, that is assessment year 22-23. Medical emergencies always take us by surprise. It is always better to safe than sorry. It is no different when it comes to medical insurance. That is the reason government encourages everyone to buy medical insurance and allows you to avail tax deduction under section 80D. Now I will tell you what is section 80D under the Income Tax Act. Every individual or HUF can claim a deduction from their total income for a medical insurance premium paid in any given year under section 80D. This deduction is also available for top-up health insurance plans and critical illness plans. This deduction benefit is available not only for a health insurance plan for self, but one can also take the advantage of buying the policy to cover spouse, dependent children or parents. Now I will tell you who is eligible for deduction under section 80D. Deduction for medical insurance premium as well as medical expenses for the senior citizens is allowed to the individual or HUF category of taxpayers only. Individual or HUF taxpayers, insurance can be claimed for self, spouse, dependent children, dependent parents. Any other entity cannot claim this deduction. For example, a company or a firm cannot claim deduction under this section, that is 80D. Now I will tell you what are those payments eligible as a deduction under section 80D. An individual or HUF can claim deduction under section 80D if the payments are made for a medical insurance premium paid for self, spouse, children or dependent parents in any mode other than cash. This is very important. You must pay the Mediclaim insurance premium other than cash. If it is paid by cash, then no deduction is allowed under section 80D of the Income Tax Act. The next expenditure that is allowed is expenditure incurred on account of preventive health checkup also. Next, medical expenditure incurred on the health of senior citizen, that is aged 60 years or above, who is not covered under any health insurance scheme. Next, payment that is eligible is the contribution made to the central government health scheme or any scheme as notified by the government. So now, how much deduction is available under section 80D? In case of individual, if the payment is made for self, spouse, dependent children, that is 25,000. And out of these self and spouse and dependent children, if there is one senior citizen, then the amount is 50,000. In case the premium is paid for the parents of the SSC, then additional premium paid towards medical insurance 25,000, and if person insured is a senior citizen, then 50,000. Next deduction that is allowed is medical expenditure. If no amount is paid in respect of health insurance, then 50,000 allowed as a deduction under section 80D only in case of senior citizens. So ultimately, aggregate amount of deduction cannot exceed 1 lakh in a year. Senior citizen means an individual resident in India who is of age of 60 years or more at any time during the relevant previous year. This is all about individual. In case of HUF, aggregate amount of deduction cannot exceed 50,000 in a year. Whereas in case of individual, the aggregate amount of deduction can be claimed up to 1 lakh. Thank you. Please subscribe and share.